guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I am running around doing a bunch of odds and end things that I kind of been putting off for a while. And one of those things includes replacing the blind that was on this window. We are currently in my daughter's old bedroom, which is now basically their room when they come to visit, her and her husband. And I need to put up a new blind here because the blind that we had up was a roller blind, and it's over 20 years old and not in great shape. So today I'm going to show you how to install this louvered blind. I'm Dawn, and I'm living the Newcomb life. So I purchased these blinds at Home Depot, and they're just stock off the shelf blinds. These happen to be their 2.5 faux wood blinds, and they're cordless, so they don't have a cord that hangs down. You literally push them up and they stay, and you pull them down and they stay. So these are awesome blinds. We have them around the rest of our house. There are 3 windows in the house that still needed blinds. We just kind of put it off. They were on the back side of our house. And today I'm going to show you how to install this blind in this room. Okay, to get started, we're going to talk about the tools that you'll need to install this blind, which it's very simple, very easy, very quick. You're going to need a drill, and you're going to need a Phillips head bit for your drill. You're going to need a pencil to mark. You're going to need a tape measure. And you're going to need a stool so that you can get up into your window, unless your window happens to be really low. All the parts are included in the blind when you buy it. You have your blind itself and the rod that is used to open and close the blind. You have a valance that can go on the front to cover up the top of the blind. And then there are these pieces here where you can do side valances. We are going to inset this blind into the window. We're not going to mount it on the outside of the window. This window typically has curtains that are hung here, but this is a great opportunity to take those curtains down, wipe your curtain rod off, get your curtains into the wash and get them all clean so that when you get that blind hung up, you can hang your curtains and everything is beautiful. This blind also comes with end caps that go on the end of the blind. The mounting brackets, the brackets to install the valance. They also have these little brackets that you can mount. I will also not be using these, but you can mount them at the bottom of the window if you want the blinds to be held to the window. In certain situations, that might be necessary. You don't want the blinds to keep waving back and forth, and these will hold them to the windowsill. You also have your screws that are required to mount them, and I am going to use the 1 1/4 inch screws, but they also include some shorter screws if you'd like to use those. I'm just going to go ahead and use the longer ones. We're putting this into our window, so it's going to go into studs because all windows are framed with studs. So we don't need anchors or anything like that in order to install this blind. So the first step that you want to do is you want to look at your blind. So these mounting brackets will go on top of here, and we don't want them to interfere with the workings of the blind. So what we're going to do is we're going to figure out a spot, and we're going to evenly place these from the end. And what I'm going to do is I am going to put these mounting brackets 7.5 inches into the blind. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pencil and one of my brackets, and I'm going to come up here, and we're going to mark where we're going to place these brackets. So we want them at 7.5 inches in. So we're going to want one right there. and 7.5 inches in on this side. These mounting brackets have 2 holes right here. I'm going to put my 7.5 right in the center of this bracket, and I'm going to mount this bracket because I want my Valance to sit just out from the window. So I'm going to mount there. I don't know if you can see this, but there's like a little edge right here. I'm actually going to place that edge right on the edge of my windowsill, or my window box, I guess is the best way to put it. And I'm going to mark my holes. So there's one, and I'm going to mark this one as well. So I have a total of 4 screws and 2 brackets. I'm going to sit the bracket on the windowsill. Now, one of the things that's really kind of nice about these brackets is they have some sticky tape on them. So you can peel the sticky tape off, or the little cover on the sticky tape. And it'll actually, it's not like super strong, but it will hold your bracket there so that you don't have to have such a tight grip on your bracket while you're trying to screw the bracket to the windowsill. Okay, so we have both of our brackets mounted on our window. And now what we're going to do is we're going to come down here and we're going to take our blind, and we have these end caps. These end caps need to go, and they are marked left and right, and they just slide on to the end here. I suggest, and I guess this is just the way that I do it, but I did not take out any of the cardboard or any of the packing material on this blind until I get it mounted up into the window. Until it pops in there. So you can see it's nice and snug. These are your Valance clips, and these are gonna clip on this little Valance on here. I'm gonna put them just inside of this mechanism here. And you basically just take it and wrap it around and then snap it down. And what you do is you rock the back into the bracket. Make sure it's on both sides. And then all you do is push up until it clicks in. And the blind is up. Now we want to make sure we're centered. So we got it centered. And then we're going to take this Valance, and it has grooves on the back. The grooves in the Valance, and I think I am going to put the little corner pieces on just to kind of finish it off. And all they do, they have like a little tongue on them that slides into the groove. And you just give it a push until it is snug. And then you do the same thing with this side. Now keep in mind, this window will have a curtain over it, so most of this Valance, or at least the edges of this Valance, are not really going to show. So we're going to come up here. And before I do that, I'm going to slide this down, and now I'm going to take out my cardboard pieces. Then we're going to take this, and you just kind of pinch the little bracket together and it snaps right into that little groove on the back there. And then we'll center it. And that gives it a nice finished look. I do have one other thing. So we have this rod, and this rod is made so that you can tilt the blind. And it goes right up here. So I'm gonna take it. You can just slightly lift it up. You can see there's a hole right here. All you do is put it in the hole and push it. Did you hear that click? That means it's in. We're gonna put the Valance back down, and this is how we install these blinds, guys. So literally, there it is. Here's your rod to open and close the louvers on the blind. Simple and easy. This blind does not have any strings. It's very nice when you have small children because they can't get caught up in the strings of the blind. And it's simple and easy. You can literally just press it up at whatever level you want the blind open or closed. Let's just say I wanted it there, but I wanted to close the blind. You can also close the blind at any level. Not that you would necessarily do that, but it is an option. Let's just say the sun was really bright coming in the top of the window, but you still wanted to be able to see out. This is an option. So, but to open and close the blind, they recommend that you have them flat. And you just push it and it stays. Super easy way to install a blind. Thank you so much for following along today. Please hit that like button, and we would love for you to come back and watch more of our videos. If you enjoy our content, please hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell and come on back for more videos. Thanks again, guys. We really appreciate you watching.